Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about the South Africa's game against the Netherlands, and it's a big one. It is a big game, a game that we know in the past South Africa have struggled with. And I don't know if you guys can remember how long you guys have been subscribed to the channel, but the last time we did a show, a review show about the Netherlands in a World Cup. It was quite I would say, heavy one. I tried to my best to keep my calm, but I was very upset about the game, and it wasn't something that we were proud of. We were very disappointed with the way that it unfolded, and it was a game that South Africa completely collapsed in a match that was important for our continuation in the tournament. Now, this team hasn't this has beaten us twice now in a World Cup, so it's not like it's the first time that we are talking about here. They've kind of become South Africa's bogey team in a way, and that's why I've headlined this particular preview the way I have, because we're going to have to find a way to beat them tomorrow, and that's going to be the main thing from a South African perspective. So we need to find a way around them. In New York, where we've had very contrasting results and very contrasting conditions when it comes to the New York pitch. When it comes to South Africa's game, of course, we saw a certain type of play that we were kind of really bogged down. Particularly the batters in this game were particularly bogged down. And the bowlers had a great game. And then we saw the game between India and Ireland, and we saw two contrasting halves. India finding it a lot more easier to get themselves into the game and actually find their way into a strong position. They didn't bowl out Ireland as quickly as South Africa did against Sri Lanka, but we got a game where India batted second and really batted well, and they looked really good on that wicket. And then we had that warm up game between India and Bangladesh, where that pitch that they played on looked quite flat and quite hard. So dependable on which strip we play on, I'm assuming that the pitch is going to be a little more flat than we did see from more dry, I would say, rather than flat. A little dry with a little less grass on. So that should be a little bit mm, more easier to bat on, I would probably assume. But we can't assume anything. We're gonna have to wait till the afternoon and then see how the pitch what the pitch looks like, and then make the right decision at um, at the toss. I know the pitch today, it looks a little better. It does look a little flatter. We don't know which wicket we're going to get though. So let's see by tomorrow what's going to happen with regards to that, and then also decide based on on the situation what we're going to go with when it comes to uh, players that we're going to pick for that particular game. So today is going to be the preview show, and we're going to get right into that. But before we get going, I would like you guys to please subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. We're getting closer and closer to our next milestone, which is 5,000 subscribers. So please help us by sharing this channel and smashing that like button and commenting, because all of those things will help our channel spread a lot better, get us into recommended feeds in YouTube. So please do that for us. Even after we go live, please go ahead and comment in the comment section. Give me your team lineups. Give me your thoughts ahead of the game. Give me your predictions, all of those type of things. Who do you want to see score runs, take wickets, etc. in the comment section, not in the live chat. Yes, you can give me on obviously in the live chat right now while we have in the show. I will read out as many as possible. But then, of course, get into the comment section after this video is streamed, and give me your thoughts there too. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. I'm looking forward to discussing this with you guys. A very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your preview show. I'm your host, Khalid Moedin, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with South Africa versus the Netherlands in the T20 World Cup. It's South Africa's second game, and it's against our Bogey team. It's a team that have beaten us before. I mean, as you know, in the last T20 World Cup, South Africa played against the Netherlands, and we thought that this would be a game where we have it in the bag, especially after restricting the Netherlands to 158 for four. And at that point, we were in a strong position to chase down that score. But then a collapse happened, something that we have kind of been used to from a South African chasing side. And it doesn't give me a lot of confidence after we collapsed as well in the first game against Sri Lanka, as even though the pitch conditions were bad and weren't it wasn't the best of wickets, we still didn't find a way to get a clean win, a clean victory with the bat, and chase down that low total, Sri Lanka's ever lowest ever in T20 cricket. So we are going to have to take this game seriously. I don't think that the Netherlands are a minnow team. I wouldn't classify them necessarily as that, seeing that they've had been on upsets on the positive side of upsets before. They've beaten England in '09, and then they had that win over SA in 2022. So they have been on the strong side when it comes to beating big teams. They somehow find a way to get over the line in those type of games. So we have to be very careful, very cautious. In the match against the Netherlands, the last time out, we know players uh, that gave us a hard time were Brandon Glover, of course, Fred Klaassen, Bas Lead. Those are the guys that really gave us a difficult time when we went into bat. And they have obviously quite talented batters as well. And I think we just have to be cautious of many. I mean, we can mention names like Michael Levitt, Max O'Dowd, Vivian Kingman, Logan van Beek. You can mention those type of guys, and Sam Engelbrecht, Sam Sybrand Engelbrecht, who's obviously from South Africa, known to be a player that used to be around in South Africa, and some people used to really think a lot of him when he was a little young, when he was younger. But we're going to have to put in a good performance over here and step up, and we have to be at our best. It's time now that from this game on, we got the hardest one out of the way, I feel, and now we have to go and push forward and try to keep our cool, and we need to make sure that we can get over the line. We need another victory, and I would like a comprehensive victory as well. That would really be important. But we need to look at this New York pitch and find a way, and really try and find a way. Uh, I'm going to just react quickly with you guys to Heinrich Klaassen's presser. And I just want to read some of his comments out. Um, that the full press conference is on our channel, and you guys can go ahead and look at it. But we had two basically contrasting views. I mean, obviously, Andrik Nokia first, when after the game, he said he didn't think there was anything wrong with the wickets. But, you know, you're going to have a bowler when they are so successful, they're going to obviously talk it up. And we are kind of sitting in a position where in the IPL we had scores that were like 270 and etc. And then in this particular World Cup on that first wicket, we had low totals. And Heinrich Klaassen actually spoke in his press conference and said that he would like to get the balance right. He would like a wicket where it's a competition between bat and ball, and it's all about getting that balance right. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do it so quickly, but we might get that. um, from them, because you don't know what you're going to get with regards to this wicket. So we are going to have to find a way. If we get a similar wicket to the first game, then then we're going to obviously have to find a way to dig in. S- Um, a lot of singles, a lot of doubles. It's a big boundary, so putting that ball into the gaps and then making your runs. Um, those are type of things that we're going to have to do, and we have to get right. If it's a wicket similar to how it looked when India batted, then we are I feel we'll be quite comfortable with regards to scores. I think that in that regard, if the wicket is anything similar to that, then I think we'll be okay. I wouldn't be too worried in that regard, because India looked really good batting. I know they were chasing a lower total, and it isn't something that we are kind of used to from that perspective. Um, but they chased down their 96 runs quite easily. And I'm hoping that we get a similar wicket. Um, Obviously, a little better the wicket than what South Africa got, but a different strip. So, yeah, we know that the Netherlands are going to want to prove that the first two times that they beat South Africa isn't a fluke. Um, and we're going to have to wait and see how we're going to approach this with regards to a lineup. I do feel that we probably will go with the same lineup. I don't think we'll change anything. I think that team played really well, and they deserve, I think, another go. And I think we can take that risk and play Keshav. And then if we see that the pitch is doing a lot more, or a little bit more spin, we've got Aiden Markram in the bag there as an option. So I'm not too phased by that. I think playing the same lineup is is something that we could do, and I think it's something that we should do. Um, we are going to see a new venue surface at the venue tomorrow. One of the middle pitches, according to some sources, um, and there's going to obviously be a lot of people looking at that pitch and saying, going to be very critical about it, given that we played in a different on a different pitch in the first game. Uh, this is going to be basically going to be another test run with regards to a wicket. I'm just looking now on ESPN Cricket Info, and according to them, we are going to get a new surface at the venue tomorrow with one of the middle pitches set to make their first tournament appearance, and there will be many eyes on it. The same surface will be used for the India-Pakistan match, so this fixture is something of a test run. From what we've seen so far, both pitches 1 and 4 have been tricky for batters because of the inconsistent bounce. The ICC has acknowledged that the quality has not been up to standard expected, and that is working on a they're working on a remedy. So far it has been observed that the grass has been shaved off one of the surfaces, which could reduce some of the bounce. At least everyone can fully focus on the strip and not overhead, because the weather is set to be fine with higher number 20. So that's something good from a South African perspective. um, and I know Andre Klaasen spoke about it as well. He said we've struggled. It's actually his exact quote is, "We definitely want to get back a couple of games against the Netherlands. They just do the basics extremely well. The moment they get on top of you, they become a difficult beast. When they do the basics right, they do it so well that they keep squeezing you. They have unbelievable outfielding, so it's not easy just to shift the momentum against them. For us, it's a big game, and it should be. And I wouldn't expect anything less than that. So we got it up. We're gonna have it difficult match, a tough match. We're gonna all have to be up for it, and we are going to have to, of course, be united as a um, yeah, it's going to be a game where we all need to come together and we just have to believe. Um, so I don't want to be sitting here telling you guys to believe no matter what. Um, Anyway, let's get into the comment section. Sam says, how did the practice do training regularly or just before one day of a game? Should do training regularly, especially batters. They probably did do training, but I didn't receive any training footage. So that's why there's nothing being uploaded on the channel. The Netherlands have got a weakened team for this tournament. Ackerman and Van der Merwe have not been released by the counties, and some other key players are injured. So, yeah, it might be a weakened team, but I never underestimate this team. It doesn't matter who they put out there. There's just something in that dressing room that they just get up for it when it comes to South Africa. Um, Khalid, I think previous Netherlands had Van der Merwe suddenly brings energy to their team this year. He is not there, so Proteas only need to keep the basics simple and batters need to step up. The batters 100% need to step up. Tabo says the Dutch to make it 3 out of 3. No, 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 Tabo. Lawrence says we showed a lot of complacency in our last two games against Netherlands. We should not go in with that mindset again. If we play at our best level, we will win the game, and that should be the focus. I don't think they should even think about that. What I think they should do, like you said over there, is they shouldn't even worry about what happened in the past and they shouldn't worry about the now. I feel that they need to focus on their jobs and just do it as best as possible. And if they can focus on that and do that and not overthink things too much and play the situation, they'll be great in a great situation and they'll do well. Lawrence says the New York pitch is playing so much better today. The curator has taken off all the grass and rolled the deck flat. Um, Ash Sheikh says our batters need to play with some responsibility and some care. We lost both matches against Netherlands by when our batters did not play well. Burton says if we bowl first, then our batters must set the tone. Yeah, and I just feel that our opening partnership is the key factor over here. When they get a good start, it just puts us in a much better position. I think that's for every team. But I just feel that some other teams have a lot more star quality in that 3-4 slot. Now, maybe not 4 if Heinrich Klaassen plays there, or depending on Tristan Stubbs plays there. But I feel that opening partnership for South Africa is it's almost, there's almost increased importance when it comes to it. Because I feel that if that goes right, South Africa will be in the best position possible. And we just need Riza and Quinton to start finding their form as a pair. We had the Dutch. Lawrence says we had the Dutch on the ropes with the ball in hand twice in the last two ICC events and allowed them back into the game through bowling and fielding. We have to do the basics well tomorrow, 100%. I'm just so glad Rula van der Merwe isn't in this Dutch team. He's one of the guys always seems to play his best cricket against us, was instrumental in both their wins against us. 100%, I'm glad that he's not there. Ash says, what I've been observed from previous Netherlands games against us, they came against us with almost a game plan against our batters. Their bowlers come with proper plans, so batters should be careful. But our batters are quite adaptable, and this current group, and I feel that they should just tap into their knowledge and their instincts. They will be able to read the conditions, and I think they've worked a long time. They've worked very hard on being able to do that, to adapt and read conditions. I think this team has grown a lot since the last time we played in the Netherlands in the T20 World Cup. Random fanboy says breaking news. Rusty Ron accuses Harris Ralph of ball tampering during the USA game. Controversy strikes the cricket field. Test in the World Cup. Crazy. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. Lawrence says Klaassen did say we're playing in the center pitch, and you can see the wicket on TV looking a lot better like the one today. But what irritates me is the fact that we always testing it out. Why not India? I don't know. Once again, India can sit back and analyze what the pitch does and plan accordingly while we go into the unknown. In my opinion, this was a strategic move by the ICC in preparation for the India-Pakistan game. It's a massive accusation there. Chatil says SA are losing if they chase. I have a lot more confidence with this batting side that we can chase, particularly with David Miller and Tristan Stubbs there in that middle order. I have a lot of confidence in their chasing ability, and even Aiden Markram. It's Heinrich Klaassen I'm a bit worried about because there's a lot of games where he does perform well, but then he ends up losing his wicket on the chase at in a pivotal time in the game where I feel that he should be able to take us over the line and be the last batter there in. And sometimes he loses his wicket at a very awkward time, and he puts a lot of pressure on the rest of the team. So I'm a little bit worried over there. And I think Quinton, if he's on song, it doesn't matter whether he's batting first or chasing. When he's in form and he's on song and he's seeing that ball, he can do wonders. Shatail says, thoughts on USA win yesterday, and is Andries Gous, who's from SA, a missed opportunity? I don't think he's a missed opportunity. I think there's a lot of other talented players in the mix that would have probably started ahead of him, even if he was in the South African system, because after that record that he broke, he kind of did dip a little bit, and he didn't really step out and stand out in the first divisions or anything. So that would have been what it's like. There were other players in the first division that stood up. I think the USA's win was fantastic. I think probably one of the biggest upsets in ever, beating Pakistan. But even though this Pakistan team hasn't had the best of, hasn't had a lot of confidence from their fans. I've seen a lot of fans not having the same type of confidence in Pakistan as in previous tournaments. But Pakistan can still, they always find a way on how to do well in tournaments. So I would never really count them off. Bro, is this channel only for the Proteas? Yes, it's a South African cricket channel. I focus on South African cricket, and that's what I do. I'm trying to give exposure to South African cricket in because that's suffering in the country from a supportive perspective. And I'm not going to talk to Albie Morkel. I'm not really interested in wanting I'm not really interested to talk to him at the moment. I don't have his contact details, so I'll have to really go digging for that. So yeah, at the moment we are not going to get that. If and Lawrence says if the wickets plays like it has been today, I won't mind batting first tomorrow. Get 160 and put Netherlands under pressure. Whatever we do first, we should just do it well to set up the win. Chatil said, did you see the clip where Steyn was advised on how to bowl? I did see that. It was quite funny. What is that guy even doing? NY Times case, is Pakistan out from the group mean we may get us in Super 8? Good news. Go Pakistan. Chatil says, and he played along to it. Yeah, it was funny. I saw it on Twitter earlier on. That's where I saw the video. So I'd like to know what you guys think. What is your 11 for tomorrow's game? Put them in the live chat now. I would like to read some of them out. For me, I said already that I would like to keep the same 11. So that would be my preferred decision. I'd like to keep the same 11, especially against the Netherlands, who I think will struggle against our pace attack. And I want to see Otniel Bartman play again. And KG Rabada is a little bit of a worry. He didn't start brilliantly. So let's wait and see how he does tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow's game will be. NY says same 11 for him. Glenroy says agree, same 11. What do the others think? Do we keep the same 11 for tomorrow's game? Would you change things up? Who would you bring in? Lawrence says I'd go with the same 11, but if we really want to go to the Netherlands, go at the Netherlands and go after them, then I'll bring in Kutsia for Kesh, with Markham being the spinner. Yeah, that would be something. That would be a gamble for me, because I feel that Keshav Maharaj is I think that his type of spin in a match like this against the Netherlands, I think, is needed. Chatil says, according to the cock, Riza, Aiden, Klaassen, Miller, Stubbs, Maharaj, KG, Nokia, Batman, Shamsi. So he's dropping. Oh, he's dropping Marco Janssen. So no number 7. Yeah. Okay. So that's Chatil's 11. Any other 11s before we call it, guys? It's a very interesting one. I mean, if we do look at the wicket tomorrow and it looks spinner friendly, I mean, I don't even know how many games Shamsi is going to get. Um, will he only see it the final game against Nepal, because in the West Indies it will probably turn them it. So we're gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen with him and if he's gonna play. I mean, when Keshav starts off the way he did, very difficult to drop him, because then he's in his element, and when he smells a sniff of a victory, he kind of always finds a way, you know. Chatil says leg spin and high pace, 2 game breakers versus associate nations. Yeah, we're gonna have to see what they go with and if they're gonna pick the same team. Lawrence says when the Netherlands came to South Africa, they had absolutely no clue against the mystery of Shamsi. He absolutely cleaned them up. Exactly, and I think that is a that for me would be the change that I'd make if I have to. I'll drop KG and I'll bring in Shamsi. I know that's maybe a little bit controversial, but that's what I would do. I think Marco Janssen bowled really well, opening the bowling. He looked like he was finding his consistency, putting the ball as in his role as the opening bowler. I think he did that really well. It was big pressure, first game of the World Cup against Sri Lanka, and he put the ball. I was looking at where he was placing that ball, and if he could do that consistently. That's what I was looking for from a Marco Janssen perspective. And he looked like he was in good rhythm. His pace was nicely up there, and he was very accurate with his deliveries. So only when he bowled his second spell, he did kind of find a way to waver a bit. Ball was moving around a little bit too much. He was bowling the ball in inconsistent lines and lengths. But when he opened the bowling in that first 2 overs, he was top notch. So I was very, very pleased with him when it comes to that. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this preview shows. So we're going to be back with a review show after the game. Let's hope that we're sitting on a victory when we do that. I'm hoping that you guys will join us directly after the game to have a conversation about the game. Let's hope that I'm not peeved off because we lost to the Netherlands again. Let's hope that we have a victory in the bag and we are sitting comfortably in the group then at that stage before we go into the next game. So I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Directly after the game has been completed, we will go live on the channel with our review show. So everybody else, stay safe. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.